Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm glad you're here. It is a beautiful Friday. I'm looking forward to it myself. I hope you are. I'm Rita Hickman, body mind expert, shiatsu massage therapist, but I love to help women who uh, are struggling with toxic relationships. Because there's a lot more involved, and it tends to be when you're in some sort of abusive relationship or toxic relationship, whether at work or at home. There's a big level of shame. There's a big level of isolation, secrets, keeping things to yourself, just because the majority of people in our society aren't prepared to hear about the things that happen behind closed doors, whether it happened when you were a kid, with your family, with your current relationship, no matter what it may be. Many times when you're struggling with something like this, you really have to you really have to pick and choose well the people that you share, because like all sorts of abuse, the victim ends up being victimized over and over and over, not just by the original situation, but by the insensitivity and the lack of knowledge and the naivete and the defense mechanisms and the issues of everybody else that's around them. So today we're talking about the games that narcissists play. And this really came up because I came across an article the other day about a group on Reddit of narcissists. These are made up of men. Narcissists are men and women, but this one was a specific male group. And it wasn't about having the normal narcissist tendencies. It was about cultivating a sense of narcissism in your life as a way to protect yourself. So it's almost like it's a group of men who don't know how to handle their wives. And so they end up on a site that tells them how to manipulate the situation so that they can get what they want out of the relationship instead of showing up halfway as an equal partner. They go to narcissism school basically. And so narcissists can be created and not only be mental health. The worst narcissists, they tend to be from mental health purposes, but a lot of people behave in a more narcissistic way because they think that's the way they need to, because they're lost and confused, because they don't know how to do relationships, because they've spent their life using technology and not interacting, because they don't have communication skills, because women scare them, because they're not getting laid, whatever it may be. There are thousands of reasons that, at least with this group, men feel helpless, and that the only way in order to get their power back is to bring out their ego, is to manipulate, is to set things up so that they can get from you what they want. Almost like predators at a party saying the right thing and doing the right thing, all for a purpose where you end up feeling kind of used and taken advantage of. There is a whole movement, a whole shift that's happening. So I'd like to expand my idea of narcissism a little bit. I used to really focus on mental health, and I still do, but it seems like there is that other type, the type that they've got garden variety insecurities, but the garden variety aren't garden, aren't the things that used to happen so much more now because of the stress that people are under. They they're so much less capable of understanding or having self-esteem or enough self-respect that they can show up to a relationship, um, and feel good about it, without there being any underlying game playing that needs to happen. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about how there is a whole group of people out there who are learning to be narcissists, and that you sadly need to be aware of that. You need to put things into place that keep you from recreating these relationships. Because when someone is truly a narcissist, their point of view is very skewed. It's skewed towards, I have to get what I need to get no matter how I get it. And people by design tend to be more self-absorbed, tend to have less empathy, less compassion, because they're more focused on themselves. And it takes bigger things, louder things, like 9/11 or big drama or a lot of pain to even start to wake people up many times that the choices that they're making are taking them down a very bad road. So narcissists very purposefully use games, and whether it's done because they've got trauma in the past, which many do, or some sort of chemical imbalance or mental health, or because they don't know where else to turn and they don't have the skills and they landed in this, with these groups of people and it's getting larger and larger. We hear about it where their sole purpose is to manipulate relationships because they're too scared to be transparent and too scared to not get what they want. And so the ideal is that toxic masculinity where I want what I want the way that I want it, no matter how I get it, at all costs. And it doesn't matter what happens or the collateral damage to anybody else in the meantime. So, sounds like a pretty scary world, doesn't it? Not really. It's only scary if you don't know what to look for. It's only scary if you don't know how to protect yourself. It's only scary if you haven't worked on you. So if you want to work on you and get the support and get, women behind you so you're not doing this alone, insight and understanding, if you want to heal the wounds that keep you drawn over and over to these relationships that trigger you on the deepest emotional level, almost to the level of shame because of how much they affect you, how much they pull you. If that's happening to you, you can learn how to not be a victim. And that's really the key, isn't it? It's about learning how to not be a victim, how to not put yourself last, and instead realizing that the world needs you to be the full woman that you are. So if you feel stuck, reach out. There should be a link somewhere that says about group coaching. Wonderful, wonderful group. We're doing a significant discount. If you need to, if you know other women who need this, please share it. Please, 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 because we need to start getting women to recognize that the things have changed and they have to change because we want them to change. It's not going to change because it's right or it's fair, because in reality, almost everybody is running scared. A lot of people are. And we have to recognize that up front instead of continuing to live through the issues and the pain and the wounds that keep us wanting to try to make things work. Okay? So I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great Friday. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday. And if you want to join the group, it's a fabulous discount for the time being as we get it launched. We've been doing it for a few months already. Really just wonderful, solid, perfect women who are kind and just like you. So I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.